Okay. And good day, everybody. You're looking at another episode, another wonderful episode, a collaboration of Straight from the Heart, teaming up with Inspired by Jimmy L. We have Uttam on, typically live at 5, so technically it will be posted at 5. How about that? Let's go with that one.
Mm-hmm. So,
since I normally would start it off, normally, would you like to do any type of introduction for this moment?
you know what, Jimmy? Let's switch it up today. Good
Okay.
morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm straight from the heart, Uttam R Maraz, and that's my brother, Jimmy L. How we doing today? Thank you for your time, because it's the most precious thing that you can give somebody. As always, I always thank you and give you my most humble gratitude for it, and thank you so much. So welcome from the UK.
Welcome. Oh, all right then. Today's topic. Oh my gosh. We as an adults, and we actually hold our children to it as well. But there's an old saying: when you know better, you do better. At least that's what the saying is. I definitely want to have a chat with Uttam to get his thoughts. I'll share my thoughts. But I know recently I've been working to not tell people what they already know, because realistically, we as adults, it's not much that we haven't already been taught. It's just that we have typically forgotten. And so it's kind of back there in the back of your mind. So when you're faced with these challenges, when you're faced with these issues and these memories in the back of your mind, why in the hell do we not do the right thing? You know, why do we not? So Uttam, in your personal opinion, when we're out there, and I'll just do a great real world example. If I'm out there and I'm going through a checkout, and I know that I'm on this positivity journey, I know that the universe responds to me by whatever I'm putting out there. And I'm dealing with this checkout person, and I see she's obviously having a bad day. She's being frustrated because she's new, and she's just taking so long, and it's pissing me off because, damn it, I got somewhere to be. So I'm like, but instead of me, again, picking up on that memory, knowing that if I respond to her in a positive manner, and in your words, allowing flow to just simply happen and not reject the universe, instead, because I'm pissed off and I know that I'm in a hurry, I get frustrated with her and I meet her negativity. So in your opinion, like, you tell me, what the hell? Like, why do I do that? Why we as adults, why do that?
Because what we're talking about now, we're talking about the whole positivity stuff. It's not your typical thing that we know better, but we don't do it. For example, if it's January, so New Year's resolution, I want to lose weight. Yeah. So I'm going to be on a diet, and so on. The typical, what the normal people do. Okay, what the normal people do. Okay. So comes an evening on the 14th of January, and you've got that cheesecake looking at you, and you're home alone. And then you thought, do you know what? Fuck it. Nobody's looking. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you just go and just eat the whole thing. Instead of even one little spoon, you eat the whole thing. Mm-hmm. See, this is knowing better, and you're doing the wrong thing. Now we go back to your situation. What you did is also, now it's on a higher level, because we're talking about our vibration. Yeah. We're talking about positivity. How many people out of the whole world's population, I'm not even going to quote how many billion, because how do we know it's that amount? Who's gone out and counted every single person? No, but yeah, let's not even go there. That's another whole subject. Okay. But so in your case, it's something that you're striving to put as a new habit within yourself. You've had this continuous habits within you that you're trying to break away, and you're a human being, and it's only going to come up each time, and it takes practice. I always talk about the muscle every week. I talk about the muscle. All right, so you want the biceps, like I always say, you pick up and you do the curls and you get the strong biceps. So what happens to these habits, and what we should know better, the more you do something, the more affluent you will get with that thing. With driving, if I put you behind the wheel of a car right now and you've never driven, you won't know what to do. Yeah. But picture yourself after 40 hours behind the wheel with an instructor. You're going to be cool. You're not going to be frustrated.
And then it builds confidence.
And also, you're very much in the infancy of your journey, as you know. So it's going to take a while. I've been on my journey now coming up to 8-9 years. It still comes up now and again.
Yeah.
I'm a human being. We have emotions.
Yeah.
We have our physiology. We have, think about how our brain's working, how many things that brain is controlling, how many, the veins from our heart that goes to our head is actually the size of a hairline.
Yeah.
Because the pressure, and it's controlling that. So it's okay. It's absolutely okay if you decided to let your vibration into the other person's vibration. This is what you did. So basically, you stepped out of your beautiful swimming pool that's nice and clean, and you thought, you know what, that's not good enough for me. Let me jump in her pool that's full of muck and dirt. And this is what you did. But forgive yourself for it. The time's gone. And tell yourself straight afterwards, say to myself, right now, universe, God, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, the higher power, that right now I'm out of alignment. I'm not in alignment. And I'm putting it out there. Say it out loud. I'm putting it out there. Universe, can you put me on the right track of my alignment? And guess what the universe will do? Going back to what we talked about last week, the messages, and the universe will just change everything for you.
You'll respond.
And that parking space that you wanted is going to be there. That the green light is going to be there. When you get home, Winston will already have that positive tea for you.
I know, right?
You see? So that's how you should look at it.
Yeah.
And don't beat yourself up ever. But again, it's a process.
And it is.
And
that was actually, because I wrote down my bullet points, and that was actually the end of the bullet points, because at the end of the day, this is a journey. And so I'm learning that as well, especially along my journey and being in its infancy stage, that when those things do happen, I have to remember your words and your thoughts, that it is a practice and it is a muscle that has to be developed and continue to grow. And the biggest thing is to not beat myself up about it, and not to be upset with myself about it, or even being upset with the universe for putting me in that situation or allowing me to put myself in that situation. And so, I mean, that's a major thing, a major thing. And I don't want to say practice makes perfect, but practice definitely makes better. And I was listening to a doctor, and it was a month ago now, but he gave the analogy of the orange. And I think we've talked about that once before.
Yeah.
And it's just simply stating that whatever is inside the orange has to come out when it's squeezed and when pressure is applied to it. And it's no different than you and I. And so if that anger is there, going back to your words, allowing it to just really take its place, to take its toll, allow it to just flow and do whatever it's going to do so that you can kind of move on to the next thing. And again, the biggest thing is just to not beat yourself up. I'm learning. Oh, I am learning.
May I also add something to that as well? And after practicing for so long, when the situation arises of what's happened with the checkout girl, and it happens again, but you're getting your mastery level higher, what will happen, it becomes a funny game for me anyway. I'm using my own personal experience, as I always do. Because now, for example, one thing that I really suffered with a lot in my younger days was anger.
Okay.
But now certain things that would get me angry, and I actually not even catch it. I know it's there, and I just laugh at it now. Oh, this is what the old U-Town would have done. So it's become a game. Then you're going to be like, do you know what? Thank you, universe, for that person that I've become.
Yeah.
Thank you for so on. And then the blessings will just keep coming and coming and coming, one after the other. Count your blessings, and that's it.
So let me ask you this then. Let's make it even more practical. So dealing with your spouse, and knowing that this little thing, it irritates you, it irks you, and you know you want to respond positively. You know you want to respond appropriately to make sure that you de-escalate the situation. But I know that it's a fact. Time and time again, the people that are closest to us, a lot of times we allow them to affect us in ways that we ordinarily wouldn't let get into our circle. That energy, we ordinarily would not let that energy get into our circle. how can you protect yourself, and how can you protect your circle to try to, at least especially in your infancy stages and in the beginning of a journey like this, how can you protect your circle so that you're not letting or allowing that negativity to even remotely penetrate you?
Again, practice.
Practice.
But again, we're human beings. Again, it will happen. And a lot of times with me and Ree and I will be, when it gets to that stage, I'll just be laughing. I'm like, oh, this is how you're, this is what's happening. Now you're going, or vice versa, or me, I'm losing my cool or whatever. She'll pull me up on it.
Yeah.
And I'll pull her up on that. And also what I've also, when it comes to, like you said, your spouse or loved ones and this negativity comes in, what happens, you have to bear in mind, always keep that in mind. I love this person. Okay, I mean, I love my wife, I love my husband, I love my brother, I love my sister. But really, would I be treating somebody who I really love that way? Do you see what I mean? Because what happens with anger, the love goes away because it's all rage and acid and everything is red. It's no longer the white light. And the best thing to do right now, because what happens in the argument or in whatever, is always, it will boil down to about who's going to be right. And then it's about you proving your point. You should know that very well, Jimmy.
I do.
Yeah, it's about you proving your point. I'm a Taurian, so I'm very about proving my point. If I have to die to prove my point, I will do that. But I've also learned to take out all these things out of myself now. And in turn, my life is so much more beautiful. Instead of arguing with someone, instead of this, I'll just walk away. Sometimes it's so much better to walk away. You know you're right. You know, yeah. At the end of the day, deep in your body, you don't need to tell anybody. Between you and your higher self, you both know I'm right.
Yeah.
But this person is not on that part of the journey yet. So in turn, or whether they do want to go there or whatever, they will. And it's no fault of yours. There's a story about the Buddha, actually. The Buddha was meditating. He was meditating a lot in it. He was in India. Okay. So a lot of the indigenous people of India were like Hindus and so on. But Buddha was a Buddhist. So what he was teaching about enlightenment every evening under the tree, a lot of the Hindu people was flocking to him after they went to the temple. And one of the higher priests or whatever didn't like that, because he felt that his religion, people from his religion, was going to something else. They were finding the peace. So what he did, he started he used to walk past Buddha every day and hurl abuse at this guy, at Buddha under the tree. Buddha will ignore him. And after months of it, he got angry. He was like, yo, dude, what the fuck, man? Every day I shout abuse at you and you don't do anything? He looked at the guy, as wise as he was and enlightened as he was. He says, when somebody come to my house and they bring a present for me, it's up to me to accept that present. And it's also up to me to give that gift back. But if I don't accept that gift, it's up to me. It's not that person's fault. It's me, because he's so calm and enlightened. He doesn't allow the checkouts, girls, swimming pools, dirty water to get into his completely pure pool. And that took years and years of meditation and meditation.
That is a tweetable moment.
Yeah. So it's up to you to, would you take that gift of somebody being rude to you? I don't want your gift, so I don't react to it. I'm not going to give my hand out for you. So get angry, get annoyed, because in myself, in my embodiment, I know who I am. Yeah. So what you think of me, that is your perception, that is your issue, and that is the things that are going on inside you. And also, going back to your story, is you need to be more compassionate. Because at that time, you weren't compassionate towards the girl. It was all about me, me, me.
Yeah.
That's why you got annoyed. And that's why it was me wanting to get out quickly. It was me wanting to get out of this long line and so on. It was all about me. But if you switch that story, oh, this poor girl, it's her first day. Oh, how's she feeling? How about I go there and I just give her a little encouragement? You're doing so well, my darling. Don't worry, you'll catch up. Everybody starts somewhere. And you know, and it would just change that whole thing. That whole scenario would have changed. That might have changed her vibration for the day.
As well.
Would have made it so much easier for her. And that was possibly what the universe had in line in test for you, but you failed. You failed it.
Yes.
But there is no failure. There's feedback and learning. Right now, you're getting your feedback. You're going to learn. You're going to grow, because next time this situation arises, you're going to also have my beautiful face popping up in your head. You know? So you have to love yourself, Jimmy. If I don't think I'm beautiful, how are you going to think I'm beautiful? It's what we send out that we get back.
Yeah.
Even with a big nose.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know? I'm so handsome. There you go.
Go to sleep. In the dark there.
This is what's so great about this interviews. You know, we just have a good time, and this is what it's about. The energy is just there.
Yeah. You know, speaking of the energy, though, I'm gonna just put it out there. I wasn't gonna originally say anything, but I'm not needing anyone's sympathy whatsoever. But for New Year's Day, I was having some heart flutters and had to go to the hospital and then go to the ER. Well, it happened New Year's Eve. It started, and I refused to go. I didn't want to go to the ER because I had this happen to me about 3 or 4 years when my heart was fluttering and it wouldn't get off rhythm. It wouldn't get back on rhythm. And just to put it into perspective, typically when you're exercising and you go 20, 30 minutes on a treadmill or something, and then you stop really immediately, you know, your body is in a jolt and it's just kind of shaking and you really don't know what to do, and it eventually calms down. Well, with the heart flutters, it's like that continuously, and it just doesn't stop and really feels like you're about to die. And so it did freak me out. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go. I could only imagine the bills that were about to come just for me going to the ER, because I remember what happened last time. And I was just like, this is going to fix itself. It's going to fix itself. It's going to fix itself. Well, New Year's Day, I got up and I said, you know what? I was like, my car is currently in the shop because I heard a noise. And I said, how much more important is my car than me? And I was just like, it was like the stupidest thing. I was just like, Jimmy, get your ass up. Like, it's time to go. And for a moment, I was definitely angry with myself because, like I said in the message of the story, I knew in my heart of hearts what really needed to happen. I just couldn't force myself to actually get up and do it. And it took me a little time, but we eventually, of course, got there, and everything actually ended up going back on its own. But it was a lesson, and have to have a procedure and all this other stuff coming up. But it's not life-threatening, so yeah, I'm still here, I'm still kicking. But you know, it was a lesson for me that my body. It's actually what we talked about a couple of weeks ago as well. But your body is your temple, and I'm like, we take care of so much other stuff around us. Take care of your body. Don't deny yourself to be here. Don't deny us as people that are watching you and watching your unique attribute develop. Don't deny the world. Don't deny the universe of you. And so I'm like, anyway, you know, listen, like by all means, listen to your intuition. By all means, please. I'm learning, you. I'm learning.
Thank you, Jimmy. But in that itself, it was what you said about the car being in and it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
So you put importance on wealth instead of health.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You did. And you know what? Forgive yourself. You're a human being. The shit is done.
It's gone.
It's done. Jimmy's still here to tell the story. Yeah. You went to the ER. Mm-hmm. You had your whatever you had to do. Yeah. And now you're going to have your procedure, and the world will be there to share your gift. You're there to share your gift with the world. The world is waiting for you.
Yeah.
Always have that in your head as well, because everybody's got that gift in their heart.
Yeah.
We just have to give that gift. And well done. And this is you being vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
And we haven't all got our shit. If anybody says they've got their shit together, they're lying to you, man.
I know. I'm learning that. Oh, I swear.
Yeah.
I am learning that.
Yeah. The only person that I can say that portrays that he's got all his stuff together is Tony Robbins.
Okay.
I would say.
You said a
He
portrait?
portrays it.
Oh,
Yeah,
portrait.
portrays it. But on everybody, like I said, I always say, there'll always be dark, there'll always be light.
Yeah.
It's the balance.
Yeah.
It's how you deal with it. It's how you navigate the waters.
Yeah.
You know, you see a log coming at you, move to the right. Yeah, and then you move to the right, you see a bear across trying to fish for salmon. Get out the water.
Yeah.
And wait for a little while, because that's why sometimes we have to take a little step back, 10 step back, in order to get those 100 steps forward.
Yeah.
You know, like especially with my situation, as you know, last year, and I was talking about it, it felt like I've taken steps back, so many steps back. What I've realized, I took those 100 steps back in order for me in 2018 to take those million steps forward.
And we're ready.
And
we're ready.
And we're ready. I went so inwards this last year, so inwards, as you know, how much work I did, how much things has been done, and it has really paid off. It has really, really, really paid off, and I'm seeing it daily.
Yeah.
Daily, and I'm ever so grateful. And again, just keep working on yourself, because we are living in a society where everything has to be instant. We get instant coffee. We get. So people want instant gratification,
of course,
instant success. But listen, dude, there's no such thing as overnight success. There has never been,
ever.
And there will never be. If there is, and even if you think about the lottery winners, they've been playing for years.
Yeah.
For that luck to have come through, or whatever it was. But again, just work. That's another theme to our shows. Work. And then the muscle will come.
Hold on. Speaking, okay, because that's how my heart got thrown off a rhythm. I kid you not. There's a song by Britney Spears called "Work Bitch."
Oh yes,
she does an amazing choreography, and Winston and I were actually in the room trying to learn it. And my heart, I swear.
That's so sweet, though.
Yeah, I swear, my heart would not stop after that. But I swear, that's what we were doing. Work.
Shit.
Like, I promise you, that's what we were doing.
Again, in what you just said about you and Winston, what you were doing, that's why you have the relationship that you have.
Yeah.
Okay? You are willing to be doing that together. Yeah. You are willing, and the inner child. I know couples that won't even do these kind of things because they've already got this barrier between themselves. So what's the point of being with this person when you cannot be so open?
No, it cannot be your ability. Oh my gosh.
Like Rena says to me sometimes, there's certain things, and she was like, "Are you still embarrassed?" She's like, She goes to me, "You've seen 2 babies come out of me."
Yes.
Okay. And
you feel embarrassed. Yeah.
And you know,
it's the process. All of it is the process.
See, learn from Jimmy. Jimmy just gave one of the most valuable relationship coaching advice right there.
Okay, but that ended me in the ER, so that may not be the best. That might not be the best.
All right, let me rephrase it. If you're not as old as Jimmy is,
I know, right? I know.
If you're a bit younger and your heart's a bit stronger, then you can dance to Dance Bitch.
Yeah, there we go.
Work Bitch, sorry. So then, with Britney Spears, so just do it. But thank you, Jimmy, for that. That's really good. That's really nice that you brought that on the show today, and also, again, showing the vulnerable side.
I'm getting better.
You're opening. You're getting so much more open. And I really, how long has it been now? I think it's 3 months I've been with you. Been giving you yours. Yeah. 4 something. The transformation that I'm seeing in you is just phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal in 4 months. Picture you in 4 years.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then and I'm going to hold you up on that, and I'm going to
That
say,
is so
Jimmy,
scary.
let's just sit back and reminisce on the last 4 years,
I'm gonna go
and
back and watch some old videos, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
you'll realize how far you have come.
Yeah.
So
I look
just
forward to it.
as you know, me being the Tory, and again, so how long have we got left?
2 minutes.
Oh, see, I'm always good with the timing.
Oh no, trust me. I was working at this time. I was like, I got you.
So we got 2 minutes left.
2 minutes.
So go on, Jimmy, as you always finish it off. Anything you would like from me before I go? Any tips or?
No, this one I think it's just more for anyone that's watching, and I know we have fun, quite a bit of fun, and I just really want to remind everyone that no matter what level you're on of this journey, no matter what your end goal may possibly be, but do your best to just live your life for you. I've been really preaching that all week long. No matter what your family's background is, no matter what your pre notion of what you were possibly taught as a child as to what you should be doing or what you could be doing. At the end of the day, live life for you. Like, we need your uniqueness at the end of the day. We need it. And even you, Tom, and I, we've been not spatting, but he and I are definitely on this journey together, and we're on different levels of this journey. And he's far more calmer than I am. I'm more in your face and more just all over the top and dramatic. But at the end of the day, we're on the same journey, and we're on this positivity journey. And who we are as unique individuals, as I'm learning, is never going to die. So.
Oh, love that. And the thing is, the reason we do our stuff is the alignment, because what you just spoke about with your tips, this is exactly what I was going to do. My tips was just be you, do you. There's only one you,
That's
and
it.
nobody can do you but you. And forget about the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just be you and don't try to be anyone else. And on that note, I'm going to end it.
Okay.
Live well with one another, because if we don't, what's the point? Finding out straight from the heart, love you,
What's the point?
sending you love, blessings, and like, mwah.
See you guys.